Napoli fans around the world, welcome to today's video. Napoli have beaten SPAL 3-1 at home, and what a good display from Napoli. We absolutely dominated the game, and we did so having made 7 changes to the initial formation that Gattuso set out. We started with Meret in goal, Mario Rui, Koulibaly, Manolas and Hizai in defense. We finally rested Zielinski and Demme. In their place we put Elmas and Lobotka, Fabian on the right, and in attack we had our usual trio, Insigne, Mertens and Callejon. So what this game really showed us is that Napoli don't have a B team. Gattuso can put out any formation he wants with the players in the right place and we will deliver. If we take Lobotka for example, he hasn't played in a long time, but he came in, he has a different style to Demme, but just as effective. He maybe carries the ball a bit more, but the team can adapt to his style of play and still perform well. And then we have players like Elmas who came in instead of Zielinski, who had a fabulous game. And if we look at the stats, it really showed Napoli's superiority. We had double the amount of passes that SPAL had, double the amount of possession, 17 shots on goal. So it was a great performance both in attack and defense. In attack we scored 3 amazing goals and one which was ruled out for offside. All 3 of them had the same sort of style, so it would be us collecting a loose ball or getting the ball back from one of the SPAL players, and then the first thought that the midfielder had was to give the ball straight to one of the attackers who would make that forward run. This was the case for the first goal, with Fabian assisting Mertens, who then made a beautiful chip over the goalkeeper. Again, it happened then on our second goal with Elmas recovering the ball and making another beautiful pass for Callejon, who makes his usual run, and no one more than Callejon deserves the goal. And for our disallowed goal, you could see that we created a lot of space for our strikers. We had a lot of options. Mertens could have passed it to anybody really in that position. He passed it to Insigne, who scored, but again ruled off for offside. And then our third goal in the second half, Fabian to Younes, sort of like the one that Elmas did with Callejon. And so we showed we're really good in front of goal, really creative with our midfielders, and most importantly really solid in defense. SPAL did want to attack, but it was very hard for them to be dangerous. We lined up with a very solid 4-4-2 in defense, and the only time they managed to get through us, they scored with Petagna, which is actually not that bad news. He's going to be a Napoli player next season, so it's good for him to show that he can score against 2 good defenders like Maksimovic and Koulibaly. So I think Gattuso will be super happy today, and I think if we look at ratings, he deserves a 10. The team was very fluid in attack, good passing, very quick. The strikers helped out a lot in defense, which was very solid. So I think he'll be very happy with that. And I think he'll also be really happy with the substitutions he made. Lozano was very dangerous, and Amin Younes scored on the first touch of the ball. So great stuff from Gattuso. He's got the team playing the way he wants to play, and having a manager that can make the substitutions at the right time with the right players is essential for any top team. As for the players, I think they all played great. I think they all deserve an 8, but 3 players who I think stood out today were Elmas and Fabian, who deserve a 9. They both assisted the 3 goals that Napoli scored. And then I'll give a 9 to Callejon. No one deserves it more than him. He scored a goal. He was very lively in the first half. He helped out in defense a lot. And, you know, to do this in a week where people were saying it was going to be his last game, he might not play for Napoli again, all that stuff, for him to show up, concentrated, motivated, that was great stuff from Callejon, and I couldn't be happier for him. So up next we have Atalanta. It's 2 great teams against each other. We haven't lost in 5 games. Atalanta hasn't lost in 7 games. Should be a cracking one. So make sure you're subscribed to this channel to follow that match, and make sure you smash that like button if you want Napoli to win, and comment down below what you think the score will be. And as always, sempre Forza Napoli!